You gotta do this again? Again. Another time. One more time. Alright. Well, as that song that plays at my work incessantly says, ain't no rest for the wicked, and to paraphrase myself, and I'm done Johnson and hard. Got my sleeves rolled up, got my collar popped, and I am still the real deal walking, talking true main event of Tuesday Night TalkDown. The only name in quality management, and your host with the almost... Hey, wrong way. Lance Skullz. Now hit the music. Rick Jules, you are, just as I said last week, riding that wave to success, getting on top and flying it to the sky. Chucky Lee Ray's trying to derail you. He's got a little bit of traction, starting, stopping, going, pulling, everyone knows. But can he stop you? You're both in the playoffs. Can you both hold on to your spots? We're gonna find out.
Chucky Lee Ray.
It's my birthday, and thank you so much for spending such a special time with me. Now please, come sit. I've chosen to spare you the sharp of my knife because I have tremendous respect for you. Each week, you speak with deep intensity, which is only born from true passion. Now, your win-loss is not an accurate representation of your skill or dedication. So I offer you this invitation. Join myself and Max in my family. Individually, we are powerful, but united under the Patriarch's guidance, we will be so much more. Take my hand. Walk with this family. Or be devoured like the 7 other men who stood in this position before you. Happy birthday to me.
Rick Jules, you're my next opponent on Tuesday Night TalkDown. It's only going to get harder from here. And I'm improving day in and day out on why I deserve to be in the top 10. But I have to get through you first. I have to prove to you and to everyone why I am the comeback kid. And why I am going to make a comeback and win this whole thing with very little wins under my belt. And that is not a prediction. It's a spoiler. So everybody, including you, Rick Jules, I'm coming for the playoffs. And I'll see each and every one of you once again. I'm going to shock each and every one of you when I make it into the top 10 and make it all the way to the top of Tuesday Night TalkDown.
They say a victory by any other name is still a victory. The definition of that, Peake. You won one. Good on you. Even though, did you? I mean, you didn't beat anybody. They just didn't show up. And they left. I mean, in the record books, you got to win. But did you get a win? Do you feel a win like you're a winner? I don't feel like you're a winner, but you know who is a winner? The number one smoke circle aficionado. I'm not a member of the circle, but I have smoked with this man in his circle. Dylan Murphy, number one, beat the advocate, and Casey Peake. Do you think you can do it? Do you think you can topple number one? Because if you can, you will be the Cinderella story of this season. I wish you the best of luck, but you're going to smash your glass slipper and you're going to bleed from your feet.
Oh, Dylan Murphy. Sorry, man, I was looking for you and your smoke circle chumps way up in the sky. Because let's face it, everybody around here by now knows that you and your friends are constantly sky high when it comes to the green, if you get what I mean. But I'm not here to talk about any of that this week, Dylan Murphy. Now, you're in the top, whatever you are, of the standings right now. I'm at the complete opposite end of the standings. So at this point in the game, your boy's just here to play spoiler. Which honestly, is probably even worse for you. Because like I've said 100 times, I have literally nothing to lose, Dylan Murphy. So I'm coming at you with my best effort this week, my man. None of your smoke circle buddies, not Red DeNero, not the Eskimofo. None of those guys can help you this week, my friend. It's just Dylan Murphy versus the muscle of team security, Casey Peake. That's how this is gonna go. And I get to do what people from the part of town I'm from do best, Dylan Murphy, and that's play spoiler to people like you. I'm gonna ruin your parade, Dylan Murphy, this week in Tuesday Night TalkDown.
For all who believe that there is tension between the smoke circle after last week, you couldn't be further from the truth. We are stronger now than we have ever been. Far stronger than that glorious first win there, Casey Peake? Congrats, by the way. And no, don't worry, I'm not gonna rib you because you got your very first win this season because the other guy split. I wouldn't do that to you. No, instead, I'm going to ask you a question. Do you truly believe that you deserve that win? Because the Casey Peake that I remember wouldn't have accepted it. But you're not that guy anymore, are you? Where is he? I want to face him this week. Bring back that fire. But that won't ever happen. We won't ever see him again because you are an empty shell of your former rampage ways. Casey Peake, I am going to give you the same advice that I told your spooky girlfriend. Go back and try and find your true self. Because, homie, when I did, look what happened. Number one. And man, it is looking mighty fine from up here.
Deztro the Eskimofo. You've been having a great season. Great season. Fantastic season. I feel like at this point, we can kind of talk and reminisce about past. Because, I mean, we're near the end. We're almost in the playoffs. You know, some people ain't in the playoffs. Speaking of people who ain't in the playoffs, your opponent tonight, a new guy, just kind of showed up because I will no longer get to say one of my favorite things to say on Tuesday Night Talkdown this season, which is Johnny Dean, because Johnny Dean is no longer here. So we have a new challenger for you. You gentlemen both met. You've been pissing back and forth on Facebook, and that's fine. That's great. I like the promotion for the show. Going above and beyond, gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you. But the other guy in this, do you know his name? I know his name. I know his name. His name, don't think I don't know his name, because I do. It's Maverick Jack. Yes, Maverick Jack. Some sort of maverick named Jack. He can't win. He has no ability to win this tournament. He can't win, but you know what he can do, Des? He can knock you out. Make it so you're not up there. And I feel like that's what he wants to do. He looks like a saucy character. Let's find out more.
Maverick Jack, when I started off this week, I had no idea who you were, and that has not changed. The only thing that has changed is you yapping your mouth, calling me Fez, and saying that I'm being disrespectful. Well, guess what, arsehole? The sky is also blue. So now while we're telling news stories to each other and sharing the happenings of the day, let me tell you one thing. You are not walking away from this with a win. The one thing you are walking away from this with is a black eye and a sore, bruised ego. I am the Eskimofo. I am the king of the north. I am the man of totally Arctic wrestling. I am not here to be second fiddle to somebody who's had their time. Believe me, I believe it when they say you're a good worker and that you're a great talker. I've already seen it, but you're not better than me. You are not better than me, Jack. And I'm going to prove it to you. So bring what you got. I'm not losing.
So the time has finally come. Deztro the Eskimofo. It's got a pretty good ring to it, not gonna lie. And I will give you credit where credit is due. You are an exceptional promo artist. But unfortunately, you don't come anywhere close to Maverick Jack. And hey, even if the fans of Big West decide to vote against me, well, I mean, that's just showing how idiotic and simple-minded they are. Just like you. But hey, I'm not here to judge anybody, but I will say this. If you were ever disrespectful to me again, I'll tear your limbs off. And that's a challenge. Whether it be Tuesday Night TalkDown again, or in the middle of a ring. Anytime. Any place. I'm going to keep my eye on you.
Last week, the unthinkable happened. The Advocate lost. He is no longer number one. I mean, Red DeNero was number one for a while, but you unseated him to be number one, and now you are no longer number one. It is still within the smoke circle. You're just kind of passing it around. Wow, I didn't even intend for that joke. But you're going up against a guy who, if he shows up this week, probably will give you a run for your money, because he is good. He's good. He's really good. But again, like I said last week, renegade does what he wants. But I'm pretty sure the rules state that if you don't show up again, you might be gone. I don't know. I don't follow. I follow the rules. That's not what I meant. I just don't remember them all verbatim. Draven Andrews. Yeah.
This is Draven Andrews. You might not think it because we don't look, walk, talk, or act the same. But believe me when I tell you this, I understand your story in TalkDown. I understand the path in which you've walked because I lived it myself. I see so much of myself in you. Coming in the middle of the season, with praise coming from management but low expectations coming from the audience, only to blow them all out of the water. To take all of their expectations, set them on a pedestal, and rise even further above it. I understand your success, and I understand the high you felt. But I also understand where you feel right now. Desperation is where you feel. Desperation is where your mentality is. Desperation is this battle. I can't afford to lose twice in a row, and you cannot afford to lose yet again after a technicality cost you last week. But don't worry. I promise you technicality will not harm you this week because there is no technicality when it comes to the Advocate. So many of your colleagues have already looked into these cold dead eyes and saw their fate. So by all means, if you want to step up and be the next to take a whip and crack me open, go ahead. Open me wide open and see what happens when you stare into the confines of Pandora's box. Because your blessing might just become your curse. Do not stray.
I've never needed anybody to speak my truth. Never have, never will. Quite frankly, I don't know who the hell you think you are to speak anybody's truth to begin with. See, advocate, I see right through all your smoke and mirrors, this facade you've built up through throwing a filter on and painting your face to hide who you really are from these people. I see right through the stained glass window you use to jade everybody's perspective of you. I see right through it. And what I see is I see a scared little boy who's afraid of his potential. See, Draven Andrews is a man who stands on the ground he is put on. Draven Andrews wakes up every morning and he looks dead in his own eyes when he walks in that mirror. So take my word, boy. One day, you might be able to face the real man in the mirror.
Earlier this year, Mr. India and his wife Chelsea were involved in a motor vehicle accident on Anarchist Mountain in Osoyoos, British Columbia. Mr. India suffered a concussion and injuries to his neck and right hand. Chelsea, however, suffered much worse. A fractured spine, multiple fractures to the pelvis, a broken dominant left arm and wrist that needed 35 staples, 12 stitches, 3 plates and 10 screws, multiple puncture wounds, 10 staples to her head, a severe concussion, and emergency bladder surgery. After spending 35 days combined in Kelowna, Penticton, and Oliver hospitals, Chelsea was able to begin the long, slow, and painful road to recovery this March. Just recently, she posted this photo. There is still a long way to go, and Chelsea still needs financial support. At this time, less than 15% of the estimated $60,000 needed for rehabilitation has been raised. We know these are tough times for everyone, but even the tiniest donation means so much. Chelsea is a wonderful person, and we here at Big West Wrestling are behind her and Mr. India 100%. As always, thank you for your support.
Last week, 2 of these gentlemen put on great promos that I personally enjoyed when we were way back in the 90s. Max Cage on his, video game and Mean Machine Sr. sitting out there in the cold. It was colder back in the 90s, you see. Just both of them. Great. This is going to be a good match. This is a match you're going to want to watch. This match may be match of the week. Probably not. Nothing against these 2 gentlemen. There's just a match later on that I feel is my match of the week. And this ain't it, but this is going to be good. Maybe a promo out of the week out of this. I don't know. Here we go. Max Cage, Mean Machine Sr.
I am sick and tired of everybody praising this man. Of everybody putting this old man above everyone else and on his pedestal like he's done something awesome. Well, you know what the truth is? The truth is that this man is nothing. That this senior needs to be in a senior citizen's home. And the only person that can do that is Max Cage. And the reason why is because of this.
Max Cage, let's get straight to the point. I could come at you with editing, with locations, with costumes. I ain't coming at you with nothing but the truth. And the truth is this: you might be riding high because you joined the family Jules and suddenly you're almost in playoff contention. But let me remind you something. You're only in playoff contention because people felt bad and they expanded the playoffs. This ain't Little League, kid. This is Big West Wrestling. I have been in the playoff hunt since day 1. I have been in the top 6 pretty much every week this season. And here you are trying to grind it out to make a top 10, and you're still not on my level. You can talk smack all you want, and all these young punks like yourself in Big West can dismiss me as some old guy, but I'm still getting the job done. Meanwhile, you're looking up at me. 'Cause you're down below where you belong.
Blu Wilder. I don't know what to say. been one of my favorites this whole season, but unfortunately, because of how the rankings work and how the whole thing rigmarolled itself, he will not be in the playoffs. That's a shame. But there's always next season. There's always the future for Blue. The future's gonna be wild. That's what I'm saying. Wild season 4. But he can do something. He can do something that only a few people can do right now. Like that Maverick Jack who I spoke of earlier. You're a dream killer. You're a spoiler. You can take it away from those who got it before you. If you want to take someone out of the playoffs, you can. And tonight is the perfect example because you are taking on the number 10 ranked. Right there, right on the echelon of being knocked on out. The brains of team security. Jeff Christie.
No rest for the wicked, huh? That means no rest for Blu Wilder. And just a heads up, I ain't no broken home yet. I'm just getting started building my foundation of my beautiful home. And Jeff Christie versus Blu Wilder here on Tuesday Night TalkDown. I'm gonna make this short and sweet. Jeff Christie, you are the top 10 guys here on the rankings. But don't sleep on Blu Wilder. No. You're getting better every week. But I'm doing my blue thing. And trust me, Jeff Christie, once I go to Big West Wrestling, you and your boy try to push me around doing security. That is where the unpredictable of Blu Wilder will be at my dangerous and my best. So you better step aside when I show up at Big West Wrestling's ring. And for everybody else on Tuesday Night TalkDown, Blu Wilder has that blue flame.
Blu Wilder. I've been looking forward to facing you. But here's the thing. You and the Calgary Flames have in common. You're both out of playoff contention, but you're both still going. You're just trying to play spoiler at this moment. But Blue, there ain't no rest for the wicked. You see, I am sitting in the 10th and final playoff spot, but not by much. Now, Blue, I'm not going to sit there and take it easy on you and think, oh man, I've got this in the bag. No, because I know for a fact that you are one tough competitor. But me, I've got the mindset focused on the playoffs. I've got my mindset on winning season 3 of Tuesday Night TalkDown. Again, you're sitting there, you're trying to play spoiler. Go spoil somebody else's party because you're not spoiling mine, Blue. Again, you're one hell of a competitor, but I am better.
Dark Princess versus Red DeNero. Words escape me what I try to speak on this. One, fantastic at editing, and that's not a knock on his actual promo skills on the fact he just really works the editing, does it well, does it on time, and has the studio to do it. That's a plug for your studio. Dark Princess, at first I didn't get you. At first I thought you were spooky for the sake of being spooky, but there's something there. And I'm not sure what it is. And maybe it hasn't flushed itself out entirely in this season, but there's something there. So, this could be an upset. Crazier things have happened on this show this season.
Oh, red. princess and we meet. What is it like to be worshipped? What is it like to have a cult-like following as you do? That's right, I don't know, because I'm rising out of the ashes. I am going to be the one that makes your mighty tower fall. Red, you are on top of the world right now. Don't get used to it. You and your smoke circle, you are 3 strong towers that will be knocked over one by one by one, and I won't rest until I take you down. The Dark Princess should be in the top 3, not you, Red. You can talk real well, but you don't deserve this number 2 spot. Nope. So enjoy your time at the top, because the Dark Princess is about to push you off. You won't be at the top for very long. Toodles!
Dark Princess? I respect that. You channel a character to show your inner darkness. Because everybody has a little bit of darkness inside of them, don't they? Maybe you a little bit more than others. But if you rep the name of the Dark Princess, your darkness should really reign supreme. But I see light shining through those little red eyes, Princess. You still have goodness deep within your soul. You still believe in humanity and the light that they value. And while I come off as fun-loving, sarcastic, and laid back, when I close my eyes, I go to a place of darkness that you can only imagine in your deepest nightmares. My inner demons take me to a place where other children of the darkness lie. Evil minds from days past coming together, planning the time for darkness to take over this world of light.
O son, to tell thee how I hate thy beams.
Stop letting the light shine through, Princess, my soldier.
Fallen cherub, to be weak is miserable.
Main event time, kids. Oh, that's good. And it's one that I want to see, and it's one that I've been wanting for a while. That's why I'm having a drink, so I can sit back, relax, and watch it with all you fine folks right now. My favorite of Season 3, Malik Melo, has been fantastic. Been on a tear. Wins, losses, I don't care. Going up against the entertainment provider, Justin Cider. Now, I have said multiple things about this man multiple times for multiple seasons now, and I mean them all. Enjoy the match.
As we move on here, next I have one Justin freaking Cider. The man who has the family behind him. The guy who seems the most popular around here with just so much charisma. See, Justin, you and I are pretty different. Not much, but pretty different. See, while you like to have the wacky skits with the fancy backgrounds behind you dressing up, trying to stir up the audience here, I prefer the more direct approach. See, if I tell someone I'm punching them in the face, I'm knocking their ass out. If I tell someone it's on site, they best not be surprised when I run up on them. Now, Justin, I consider myself a man of honor, so not a big drinker myself, but I wanted to see you on common ground, so I present a toast. Cheers to you, Justin. I'll see you when I see you.
Tuesday night TalkDown main event. No surprise, Justin Cider and the family are right here to entertain you. And my opponent this week, keeping the cool here, Malik Melo, and I gotta say, I'm feeling pretty mellow myself this week. We'll let the secret out of the bag. Truth be told, I've been in the ring with Malik Melo. Damn right I have. I've trained with the guy. Heck yeah. Oh boy. I've experienced his power. I've seen firsthand and witnessed and felt firsthand his agility, his strength. See what he can do in the ring. Things you haven't seen yet out in public. Things been holding back. The thing about working with people in the ring is that you also learn about the weaknesses. So when the time is right, I'll exploit those to my full advantage. But right now, it's the TalkDown game. So while I look up to you in many ways, not just experience, not just because you're taller than me, this is Tuesday Night TalkDown. So around here, you look up to me. So don't worry, Malik. You can stop hunting all over the place because you found somebody who's finally gonna do something about it. See you in the ring, baby.
There ain't no rest for the wicked, and there ain't no rest for our loyal fans. We thank you so much for your support all season. Please choose a winner or a draw for every match on the card, plus a promo of the week and a match of the week for your ballot to be counted. Simply reply in the comments on YouTube or on the Big West Wrestling Facebook fan page. The deadline this week is Wednesday, May the 19th at 9 p.m. Pacific. Don't be left out. Let yourself have your say.
Sugar Smacks? Smacks you back? I wouldn't use this one. I'd use one of the ones. Use the one from last week, but when you didn't use it, if you're going to do one of these sugary things again, use that one. That one was a bit better. I think I said Fruitopia in that one. Yeah, that was the Fruitopia one. Hope your internet works again and you enjoyed the pay-per-view. Say hi to Dez and Blue for me. At this point, this is just for you, Marty, so cheers. Enjoy your evening. Day. Poop when you're watching this. I don't know when. I'm not saying poop when you watch this. Maybe you're watching this when you're pooping, like on when your poop breaks. I don't know, but cheers. Is the disco one next week? Is that next week? I'm just gonna keep talking to you because maybe. Let me check the comments here. Nope, don't got no comments. I'm not going out live. So have a good night.